My sister screamed for 3 days inside of the devil's seal before she died. No one came. My parents were too busy throwing a banquet for Lilith, the orphan they loved more than their own blood. And my husband? He was in Lilith's bed. For 5 years I tore this world apart looking for my elder sister Sophia. They told me she vanished. They told me she left willingly. They told me to stop asking questions and be grateful. Grateful that Lilith sacrificed her flesh and blood to seal the devils. Lies. Every word, built on my sister's bones. Sophia didn't vanish. She was sealed alive inside the devil's abyss, her soul devoured, her screams swallowed by darkness. And above her grave, Lilith smiled for the crowd and played the saint. Filled with rage and determined to avenge her, I suddenly heard her voice. Elara, I have returned to the celestial kingdom. Hurry and die, so you can come back too. My memories flooded back an instant. Good, thanks to her reminder. I had truly forgotten. I was an ancient archangel, descending to the mortal realm to undergo a divine trial, yet I believed I was just a native of this world. I had failed my love trial, but I still had to uphold my sacred duty. I decided to do one last good deed before I died, seal the devils completely. As I approached the devil's seal, I received voice transmissions from my husband and parents.
Drama queen, you've come up with such a foolish trick, just trying to imitate Lilith by sealing devils.
Step into the seal and you'll die for sure. Dare you really go through with it?
It was that Lilith again. For her, everyone had lost their mind. I touched the time-viewing crystal in my arms and stepped boldly into the seal. A dragon general could not help but urge me.
He's only taking a mistress. You will still be his only official wife.
Even if you're angry, you don't have to risk your life just to spite His Highness the Crown Prince.
I'm really not doing this for him.
My words were sincere, yet no one believed me. Everyone assumed I was furious that Alexander was taking Lilith as his mistress, staking my life to put on a grand show and ruin Lilith's happiness. I was no longer Elara, the mortal princess consumed by love. As I stepped closer and closer to the seal, the communication amulet at my waist suddenly lit up.
You'll stop at nothing to prevent me from marrying Lilith. Lilith's father saved your knave. 5 years ago, she sacrificed her sure flesh and blood to seal the devils. She's in poor health. Only when she'll whisper with me, just as a Mordens. We abuse you leave her in a peace.
On our winding day, you threaten me with your life and drive away from the Bel, Ren, Gui, and Longzus, humiliating Lilibeth. Elara, I hope you really dare to die. Elara, I hope you really dare to die, or I'll lose all respect for you.
His voice was furious, almost a snarl, and alongside it came Lilith's sobbing, pitiful whimpers.
Elara, you and your sister Sophia are truly siblings. She was lewd and shameless, abandoning righteousness for a man and fleeing during the prayer ceremony, forcing Lilith to sacrifice her flesh and blood. And you, following her example, consumed by jealousy, humiliating her on her wedding day. I give you one last chance. Return with the guests to the wedding and kneel to apologize to Lilith. Or else.
He ground his teeth. Malice is dripping from his voice.
Even if you are a princess, I will still divorce you. Elara! Stop this farce! You're just as hypocritical as your worthless sister. I've had the worst luck. Both my own daughters, Borat, are vicious and despicable. Ungrateful wretch. Lilith's father saved your lives.
A sharp pain pierced my heart, and I trembled with anger. Even though I knew this was only a love trial, the love and pain I felt were real. My elder sister Sophia had died in the devil's seal in this life 5 years ago and still bore such vile slander. During the great war between angels and devils, my sister and I fought side by side. But General Blackwood was distracted, and later died carelessly in battle. When we returned to the angelic realm, a rumor spread for no reason. General Blackwood had died on the battlefield saving the 2 princesses.
Everyone mourns General Blackwood. No one will believe you if you say he didn't save you.
Lilith, the hero's daughter, fainted at his funeral, sending everyone's sympathy soaring.
Under public pressure, I will adopt Lilith. But rest assured, I know the truth.
He said Lilith could never compare to my sister and me. But as days turned to months, the adopted daughter eventually overshadowed his own flesh and blood.
But General Blackwood never saved us. You call my sister and I vicious and despicable. Then what about the Blackwood family? Have you lied so much, pretended for so long that falsehood has become truth?
My father's scolding fell silence, and the other end of the communication amulet went dead quiet.
The princess is denying my father's life-saving grace. It's my fault. I angered the princess and tarnished my dead father's reputation. My father devoted his life to the angelic realm. He cannot bear the princess's slander. You hate my husband for loving me and jeetled me, I can Jinsho, but I never tolerate you slander my father. I will give my life to defend my father's innocence. Enough, Alar, you've lost your mind to jealousy. Everyone knows General Blackwood saved you. How dare you speak such nonsense? Lilith has fainted from grief. Return at once and fix this mess. Do you want your father and I to be shamed for mistreating the hero's daughter?
It was my own weakness. Having lived for 10,000 years, I had fallen to a love trial. Family love and romantic love, I had gained neither.
Let's go.
I had not walked far when shouts erupted behind me. Deadly attacks rained down from the sky.
Traitors! Witch, drop deed, ungrateful monster! You don't deserve to live!
How tragic that General Blackwood died saving someone like you!
He should never have saved you! You repay kindness with cruelty and bully the hero's daughter! We'll avenge Miss Lilith!
These men had all served under General Blackwood. They had attended Limit's wedding and heard my words through the communication amulet. Filled with righteous indignation, they rushed to defend Limit. More and more people swarmed to attack me. Sword blades sliced my arm, whips lashed my body.
He never saved me! The Blackwood family are the liars! Even now, you won't tell the truth? Don't you really know if my sister is dead or fled? I'm being cursed and attacked. Don't you feel even a shred of pity? I found the secret letter my sister left me. The Blackwood family colluded with... Silence! I'll beat you to death, you ranting monster. I'll beat you to death, you ranting monster!
Yet the pain on my face was not even 1/100th of the pain in my heart. My mother was this agitated. Why would she not let me finish speaking? I stared at her, covering my stinging cheek, and saw a flash of guilt cross her face and my father's. Before I regained my angelic memories, I had loved my parents in this life with all my heart, even when they favored Lilith. I had made endless excuses for them, but now, I understood everything. Very well, let's say I'm ranting nonsense. I only ask you do not stop me from sealing the devils and give the innocent a chance to live. The moment I finished, my father waved his hand and knocked me miserly to the ground.
Even now, you still refuse to yield. What ability do you have to seal the devils? Last time, your sister boasted the same, vowing to pray and seal the devils, and what happened? She fled that very day. Only Lilith sacrificed her flesh and blood to save us all. Now you'll make the same fool of yourself.
My sister did not flee. The day before, she said she had a secret about the Blackwood family to reveal at the prayer ceremony.
The next day, Sophia vanished. Too much of a coincidence. Everyone claimed she had run away. Even her husband Lucien refused to believe her. Lith became the hero who saved everyone, and my sister Sophia, cursed by thousands, stripped of her title as princess. Lucien became Lilith's loyal laphog. I realized this lifetime of love and hate was nothing but a trial of family and love.
We had both failed. No one truly loved us. No one trusted us.
Before returning to the Celestial Kingdom, sealing the devils was the last thing I could do for this world.
Speak one more word slandering Lilith and the Blackwood family, and I will divorce you. Elara, I give you one final chance. Kneel and apologize to Lilith and General Blackwood's spirit.
War looked at him calmly and sneered.
Then divorce me.
Before he could react, I tore the engagement ring from my finger and smashed it violently to the ground.
From this day on, all ties between us are severed, just like this ring.
To regain my freedom before death, it was a small comfort.
How far will you go? How could you break our engagement ring so easily?
On our wedding day, we each held a matching ring, dripped our blood onto it, and swore love for 3 lifetimes.
I'm not acting out. I mean every word. Alexander, if you love Lilith, why bind me to you for 3 lifetimes? And this heart, beating in my chest.
Years ago, I had been injured and stranded in the Eastern Sea. Alexander had saved me, placing a dragon crystal he had cultivated for half his lifetime inside my heart to heal my body. I had once thought this was proof of his love. On countless nights of heartache and sorrow,
It's time to give it back.
I stabbed the dagger deep into my chest, and a glowing dragon crystal appeared in my hand. Uncontrollable blood burst from my mouth, soaking my robes.
Elora! How could you be so reckless? All you had to do was kneel and apologize. Why hurt yourself like this? Even if I take Lilith, you will still be my only wife.
No wonder he misunderstood. Everyone had seen how deeply I once loved him. The angelic realm respected strength above all, regardless of gender. In this life, I had been born with extraordinary angelic power. Barring accident, I would have been the next empress of the angelic realm. Yet after traveling to the Eastern Sea for training, I had stubbornly insisted on marrying. I gave up my title as future empress to become the crown princess of the Dragon Cline, devoting myself to husband and children, spending my life with Alexander. I endured the confusion and mockery of my clan, telling myself countless times, as long as I could be with Alexander, everything was worth it.
Princess Elara, why do you hate me so much that you threaten my foster parents and husband with your life? My father died for you, yet I bear you no grudge.
A shadow flashed across her eyes, gone in an instant.
Very well, you are a princess. I dare compete. Let me die and everyone will be at peace.
Her eyes reddened and she pressed a dagger to her wrist.
Lilith!
My mother screamed and rushed to hold her, while my father kicked me hard.
You won't rest until you've killed us! Must you drive Lilith to her death? Die if you want, but don't harm Lilith!
I collapsed to the ground, my vision darkening. My father had used his full strength. Without the dragon crystal protecting me, my heart veins were fragile, and I trembled in agony. Through blurry eyes, I watched my parents and husband crowd around Lilith.
Princess Elara, perhaps you should stop this. They've left.
Someone beside me sighed, pity in their voice. I forced a bitter smile and struggled to stand.
Let them leave. I truly came to seal the devils. I'm not putting on a show for them.
At that moment, the devil's seal roared loudly, cracks tearing outward in all directions, the runes fading in an instant. Chilling winds howled, sand and stones flying.
No! The devils are about to break free! Archangel Emperor, bring Lilith back at once! The seal is breaking! We need to reseal it!
Devil King, are you also joining my worthless daughter's nonsense? Just left, the seal was perfectly stable.
The seal is cracking! Your daughter Elara is going to sacrifice herself to seal it! Can you really bear that? Last time, Lilith gave only a little blood and sealed the devils. If she sacrifices a drop more, your daughter won't have to die. Can't you tell what's more important?
Lilith has suffered enough today. How much longer will Elara bully her? Let her die if she wishes.
Empress, Princess Elara is your own daughter. Can you really bear this? Your drop for the blood, adaptive daughter, or the life of their daughter, which matters more?
My mother's voice cut through, cold and clear. Lilith matters more. My heart shattered. I stepped without hesitation into the devil's seal.
Princess Elara!
Panicked shouts rang out behind me. My flesh and blood turned to golden threads, wrapping tightly around the sealing runes, forcibly restraining the raging devils. I could feel my life fading rapidly, my consciousness slipping away, until everything went dark. Come home, Elara. Come home, Elara. The devils shrieked in rage, demonic energy swirling and roaring in defiance, before being dragged back into the earth. At the same time, Alexander, holding Lilith, froze abruptly. The wedding ring he wore on his finger shattered into dust. The Archangel Emperor and Wentris felt a sharp pain in their souls. The soul lamps linked to their daughters had gone out completely.
What's happening?
Elora is hurt. She really entered the seal? She was always cowardly and afraid's death, giving up her angelic throne just to be my wife. How could she truly sacrifice herself? Impossible. They raced back to the Devil's Seal in a frenzy, only to find the leaders of the 5 clans standing there, grief-stricken. None had believed I would truly seal the Devils, or give my life to do so.
If only we had stood up for her when they cursed and hurt her.
Yes, she was in such pain and she cried until the very end.
How much did she pay you to lie? This is all an act! I know it's fake!
Now you panic? I told you again and again she was sacrificing herself, that she would die. What did you say? Tell her to die! I've heard that angelic children are bound to their parents by soul lamps from birth. You know better than anyone if she's dead.
My parents turned pale as snow. Silence fell over the world.
Impossible. How could she bear to die?
She must be angry that I'm marrying Lilith. Soul lamps. Alara has great power. She must have tricked us. A prank. She's always just...
Yes. Both sisters are naughty. When Sophia fled before, she faked her soul lamp going out to scare us.
When they come back, I'll punish them severely. How dare they do this?
Foster father, foster mother, it's all my fault. If not for me, Alara and Sophia wouldn't have done this. I shouldn't have lived. Let me die to atone.
This is not your fault. Your father saved their lives, yet they were jealous and cruel to you.
Alexander Wright, you deserve to live. They were willful and reckless. This is not your fault.
They huddled together, crying and consoling one another, unaware of the disgusted stares around them.
I can't watch this any longer. Archangel Emperor, your daughter sacrificed herself to save the world and seal the Devils, and you call her willful and reckless? Even if Lilith is a hero's daughter, how can you favor her this much? Which one is your adopted daughter, and which is your own flesh and blood?
My daughter has always lied, cowardly, and selfish. You've been tricked. She would never sacrifice herself. She's not dead. She's not dead. She's hiding somewhere, watching us grieve.
A clod of mud slammed into my mother's face, silencing her bitter words. A clod of mud slammed into my mother's face, silencing her bitter words. More filth and stones rained down on my parents and Alexander.
We watched her step into the seal. She didn't hesitate, not even turning back. She truly meant to give her life. Feel the runes on the seal. Can't you feel your daughter's flesh and blood woven into them?
My mother was forced to the edge of the seal, trembling as she reached out. The moment her fingers touched the runes, golden light blazed, the flesh and blood recognizing its mother. My mother froze, terror twisting her face. The mother froze, terror twisting her face. Seeing her reaction, Alexander's face contorted. He channeled all his spiritual power, clearing the mist above the seal, scanning desperately. Until at the very core, he spotted a lifelike marble statue. Angelic marble bone, those who die in sacrifice turn to stone. The statue at the heart of the seal had a peaceful face, eyes gently closed. It was me. Golden threads woven from my flesh, blood, and angelic power formed a death's net, trapping the roaring devils deep under the ground.
It's my Alara.
Not far from my statue stood another faded marble carving. When my mother saw it, her composure shattered completely.
My Sophia!
She lunged madly toward the seal.
My daughters! Both my daughters are dead!
You'll die too if you go in.
My father held her back tightly, his face grim.
I'd rather die!
My mother screamed, biting and scratching him.
Why doesn't you?
You told me Sophia was alive, that she faked her soul lamp, that she fled. She never ran. She died in the seal. What were you thinking? Why did you lie to me?
She collapsed to the ground, beating her chest and wailing.
Both my daughters, neither survived.
My father clenched his fists, agony etched on his face.
I suspected, but I never thought she was truly dead. I only ignored it to keep my throne stable.
Everyone had celebrated Lilith's heroic sealing of the devils. My father had wanted the scandal of Sophia's supposed desertion buried. He did not want to investigate. He dared not investigate. He had accepted the lie that Sophia had fled selfishly.
You knew? You suspected and did nothing?
A figure lunged forward, roaring at my father. It was Lucian, my sister's husband.
How could you ignore your own daughter's fate? How could you ignore your own daughter's fate? If you hadn't lied, I would never have believed Sophia was so selfish.
He shoved my father, grief and rage consuming him.
Sophia died sealing the devils, and I cursed and despised her every day after.
My father stumbled back, snarling in anger.
Don't blame me. If you truly loved her, you wouldn't have believed such ridiculous rumors.
He turned to my mother.
And you rage at me now. But you helped hide the truth and favor Lilith every step of the way. Now you face the consequence.
Wait!
The Ghost King, silent until now, let out a cold laugh.
I'm still confused. What secrets has the angelic realm hidden? Princess Alara sacrificed herself for justice. We must avenge her wrongs.
The crowd surrounded them.
And Princess Sophia in the seal. What truly happened to her?
Faced with the furious mob, my father shouted darkly.
What do you want? This is angelic clan business, none of your concern.
At that moment, blazing golden light burst above the seal. At that moment, blazing golden light burst above the seal. A low, resonant hum cut through space and time, and an ancient round mirror hovered in the sky. The time viewing crystal I had brought into the seal had finally absorbed Sophia's remaining flesh and blood, unraveling the past, revealing the truth. Light and color rewinded rapidly in the mirror until the scene froze, clear and steady.
Lilith, I know everything.
Sophia's voice rang out.
Your father colluded with the Devil Clan, plunging the three realms into chaos and death.
Silence fell over the entire world. Everyone stared in shock at the mirror's vision. It was the night before the prayer ceremony, 1 year prior. Sophia's face burned with fury as she pointed at Lilith.
No wonder General Blackwood was distracted during the war. He never wanted us to win. Do you know how many died in that battle? We tolerated you pretending to be our savior. But your father colluded with devils?
A criminal of the three realms, yet you wear the mask of a hero and worshipped by all. The Blackwood family has no shame. Lilith in the mirror smiled sweetly, but cruelty glinted in her eyes. I underestimated you. I give you two choices. Confess your father's crimes to everyone, or I will expose everything at the prayer ceremony tomorrow.
I choose neither. Guess whether your father and mother already know. Guess whether your father and mother already know.
The crowd outside the seal stared in shock at my parents.
I'll give you two choices instead.
She patted Sophia's cheek tempestuously and stabbed a dagger into her chest.
Your husband Lucian has been poisoned by me. Step willingly into the Devil's Seal, I'll cure him. You care so much for the people. Well, the devils need sealing.
A noble angelic princess like you is far more useful than mere prayers. Go.
Save your husband, seal the devils, save the world. Or your parents will die, too.
The strange dagger pinned Sophia in place, unable to move. Lilith dragged her to the seal and pushed her inside.
Such precious angelic bones. What a waste not to use them.
The prayer ceremony, where everyone condemned Sophia for deserting her post.
My father was a hero, and I too will sacrifice my flesh and blood to seal the devils.
But when she cut her flesh and tossed the blood into the seal, Sophia inside exploded into flesh and blood, sealing the devils. Outside the seal, the crowd cheered, kneeling to thank Lilith for her sacrifice, while a look of triumph flashed across her face, gone in an instant.
I'll kill you! I was blind! I believed your lies and hurt Sophia all these years! You used my life to threaten her and kill her!
He screamed and wept, despair and regret crushing him.
It was my fault. She died for me. Sophia was always righteous, loved me deeply. I was a fool to doubt her! Calm down. Even if she's guilty, the Archangel Emperor must judge her. You have no right to kill her. Archangel Emperor? Didn't you hear? He knew the Blackwood family lied from the start. He deceived everyone.
He gasped for breath, chest heaving.
You were all blinded by her. I saw how you favored Limith and tormented Elara. I did the same to Sophia. Alexander, now you know she's a vile monster. Will you still protect her? It's different. Elara wasn't killed by Lilith.
Lucian ignored him and slammed his palm into Lilith's chest. She flew backward, crashing into the Time Viewing's crystal, and spit a mouthful of blood.
Husband, save me.
Alexander stared at her pitiful face, ready to move. When the mirror flickered and shifted again, they created us.
How could our heroic Blackwood family produce a traitor who colludes with devils? You've killed so many, how can I face the world?
Commoners are worthless. Their deaths mean nothing. When the Devil Lord succeeds, I'll be the Devil Queen. Who dares judge me?
It wasn't your father who colluded with devils, it was you!
I always thought you were innocent, hurt by your father's crimes, and I pitied you, favored you. No wonder your father confessed to colluding with devils. He was covering for you!
General Blackwell had sent a secret letter to my father before his death, admitting his own supposed crimes, and begging the Archangel Emperor to spare his daughter.
Lilith is kind and pure. She could never collusion with devils. There must be a mistake! Impossible!
Your Highness, wake up! Look how she killed! She called commoners worthless, bragged about becoming Devil Queen and aiding the Devil Lord! My father and brother died in that war! I'll kill this monster! Me too! My family perished! Count me in!
I'm a commoner, worthless as they say!
I'll die with her!
And the Archangel Emperor and Empress hiding the truth, conspiring with this witch!
It was my fault.
My father was pinned to the ground, tears streaming down his face.
A general colluded with devils under my rule, and I feared being called incompetent. I didn't want the scandal, so I hid the truth. I never thought a small lie would lead to all this.
My mother clutched her chest, sobbing hysterically.
My two daughters, both dead. I was weak. My eldest daughter was murdered, and I didn't seek the truth. I lied and cursed her, and forced my youngest to die to avenge her. It's all your fault!
She lunged at the beaten Lilith and bit off her ear.
What did we ever do to you? Your father confessed. We took you in, loved you. What more did you want? Why did you hurt my girl?
If you hadn't targeted them, Sophia would never have investigated you and she might still be alive. Lilith, why did you collude with devils?
As long as the real daughters live, the adopted one can never rise. I, Lilith, am no less than them. Why were they born princesses, married to such powerful men? So what if I colluded with devils? They promised me the throne of Devil Queen. I don't care how many die. As long as I win, nothing else matters! My father was a fool, but I'm different. Then I found a better way. Remove Elara and Sophia, and the angelic realm will be mine. The Dragon Clan too. The Dragon Clan too. Elara was smart enough to die on her own. I would have killed her anyway.
Her laughter was drowned out by the mob's attacks. My parents were stripped of their thrones and imprisoned in purgatory. They had abandoned their daughters for power, only to lose everything in the end. Day after day, they toiled in purgatory, paying for their sins. Lucien knelt outside the Devil's Seal every day, repenting, drinking himself into a flazer, crying Sophia's name with a wine bottle in his arms.
Sophia!
This is all Elydra left me. It holds our oath. If I can fix it, she loved me so deeply, she'll forgive me.
Alexander, blinded by lust, was stripped of his title as Dragon Crown Prince, but he seemed not to care. He spent every day holding shards of the engagement ring, trying to glue them back together. Turn it off. After returning to the Celestial Kingdom, I finally saw Sophia again. Ancient angels dwelled in the Celestial Kingdom, seemingly lofty and untouchable, yet bound by the invisible laws of heaven. Our path of cultivation was tangled with heavy karma. Descending to the man-lamb to undergo trials, living among humans, could purify our angel hearts. Devils ran parampus in this world, so we chose to descend, not only to undergo trials, but also to seal the devils. A perfect plan. We had thought it simple back then, though most of our angelic power would be sealed in the mortal realm. If we lived peaceful lives there, when our trials ended and we died of natural causes, our remaining angelic power would be enough to seal the devils forever. But no one could have foreseen. You don't have to grieve. I've let it all go. Sophia patted my hand. We've survived life and death trials, witnessed pure good and evil, but this time it was a love trial. Being an angel for so long, I forgot how twisted and flihume nature can be. Failing this trial is a blessing in disguise. We could not linger. Having failed our love trial, a new one would come soon. It is a blessing. We both sacrificed ourselves to seal the devils, and heaven has recognized our virtue. We failed this trial of family and love, but we've been rewarded. Our next love trial will be happy and peaceful. Heaven was always fair. Furthermore, everyone who hurt us, our mortal parents, Lucien, Alexander, will be punished by heaven for the rest of their lives. They will suffer in life and be cast into the deepest hell after death. They would fall into eternal torment. 100 years passed in the blink of an eye. Our next love trial was perfect. Sophia and I both had loving husbands and devoted parents, living happy, peaceful lives. When we returned to the Celestial Kingdom once more, our angelic power had grown even stronger. Come, it's time to cut all remaining karma. We returned to the mortal realm once more. The devils in the Devil's Seal lay dormant, and the sight outside took our breath away. The seal was covered in fresh flowers and offerings left by grateful mortals over the past century. The blooms were vibrant, the food fresh, clearly replaced often. Nearby stood several simple thatched huts. Lucien and Alexander lived there, staring blankly at the marble statues in the seal. The two women stood before the seal, their eyes sweeping over the thatched huts and the flowers. They spotted us the moment we appeared.
Elara! Elara, you finally returned. I knew if I fixed the ring, you'd come back.
Sophia,
You've come to see me, which means you've forgiven me, right?
Their shouts roused the others in the huts. The door creaked open, and my aged, frail parents stumbled out.
My daughters have returned. Mother knew you'd always come back to see us.
We came to sever all ties with this mortal life. When two archangels descended to you, you could have gained divinity and ascended if we'd succeeded in our trials, but you destroyed everything.
The marble statues had sat in the seal for a century, cold and unyielding.
It's time to take back everything.
The devils are sealed, and the divine protection for this world is over. The statues turned to glowing light in our hands, fading into the sky. At the same time, the ground beneath their feet vanished, and the bitter winds of hell swept over them. Good deeds bring virtue, evil deeds bring sin, all judged by heaven's law. Sophia and I took one last look at this mortal world, then turned and left. In the Celestial Kingdom, atop the sea of clouds, our trials complete, our hearts pure, we walked barefoot on starlight and mist, listening to the whispers of countless mortal realms, all living things warm and bright, clear and peaceful at last.